Yo, kumusta? Si Floyd ng Spec Technology at magandang umaga sa ating lahat, no? So, yun, pagpapatuloy natin yung ating basic electronics for Arduino tutorial. So, ayan, so natapos tayo sa parallel at medyo tumagal tayo doon kasi gumamit pa tayo ng KCL, pero sa series natin is napaka-basic lang. Sakto lang din at on path naman tayo na this is electronics for Arduino. So ngayon gagamitin natin yung KVL at gagamitin natin yung series. Pagsasamahan natin yung ohms law at KVL to perform circuit analysis sa ating DC. Okay? So ito yung ating whiteboard. So gaya na sabi ko, series tayo with the KVL. So bago tayo magsimula sa KVL, so recap muna natin yung ating circuitry na napag-usapan para mas maintindihan natin how to do circuit calculation. Okay, so voltage divider to, pero gagamit tayo ng ohms law. Hindi muna natin gagamitin yung base formula ng ating voltage divider. Kailangan ma-analyze yung circuit. That's why circuit analysis. Okay, so sa ating series, take note, S is yung constant doon, for the S is yung constant natin is yung ating current. Okay? That's constant. While sa ating parallel, stand for P, yung constant natin doon to all nodes is yung ating voltage. Okay? So, sa KCL natin, ang sinasabi doon, the sum of current leaving the node must be equal to the sum of current enters the node. Okay? Or the sum of current leaving the node must be equal to the sum of current enters the node. Paano nangyari yun? So we have this current, or we have this, yan. So ayun yung ating circuitry. Like for example, this one is resistor dito, resistor din dito, and resistor din dito, like that. And this one is for the ground. And type sila sa ground. Okay, so yung direction of current natin is this one is yung ating highest potential at dalawa tayo lowest potential. So yung direction of current natin, it's always going to this node. Okay, let's B and C. A ka. Okay, so yung this current is enters the node. Etong current ito, let's call this I total. So yung I totals entered the node B, tapos nag-split doon sa node B na dalawa. So we call it, this one is I1 and this two is I2. Ang sabi ng KCL dito is the sum of current enters the node must be equal to the sum of current leaving the node. So isa lang naman siyang pumasok sa node B, which is yung ating I total. At ang sabi doon, imamat natin is the sum of current enters the node must be equal to the sum of current leaving the node. Okay? So, ito yung ating formula for KCL. Okay? For the current. Ginamit natin to sa parallel na sa parallel na connection. Okay? So, sa series naman, or we call it voltage divider ngayon. So, tawagin naman, ang gagamitin naman natin ngayon is yung ating KVL. Okay? Ano ba ibig sabihin ng, ano ba sinasabi ng KVL? Ang sinasabi ng KVL, the sum of all voltage in a loop must be equal to 0. Okay? So, like for example, if I have this circuit, yan, tapos may resistor ako dito, and I have my resistor also, and going back. Okay? So, yung voltage dito na umiikot must be equal to 0. So, B1, like for example, this one is B1, yung voltage source. Meron tayong resistor, may voltage drop dito, so I call this negative V2. Bakit negative V2? Kasi nga, voltage drop siya. And we have this negative V3. Okay? Okay. So, if we put into mathematics this B1, negative B2, why? Because voltage drop, negative B3 is the sum So B1, the sum of all voltage in the loop must be equal to B2 plus B3 is equals to 0. Ito yung ating KVL, while yung ating KCL is the current enters the node must be equal to the current leaving the node. So, ito yung mathematics representation ng KCL and KVL. At ito naman yung properties ng ating series and parallel na circuit. Okay? So, kung alam natin to, hindi na tayo mahihirapan sa pag-circuit analysis. Okay. Going back to the KVL, since tapos na tayo sa KCL, don't worry naman, hindi natin what you call this, hindi natin na deep yung KCL, at of course yung KVL hindi rin natin i-deep, pero along this tutorial maintindihan at magiging deep din tayo regarding dun sa dalawang method how we analyze the circuit sa DC. Okay, so I have this one. Okay, so I have these two resistor and one power supply. So I call this BN na 12 volts, and this one is R1 and this one is R2. Like for example, this one is 10k ohms and this also is 10k ohms. Okay, so sa ating KVL, kailangan natin maintindihan yung nodes. Okay, nodes meron tayo, this node and this node and this node, and yan, yung tatlong yan is equal, itong tatlong node yan. So we can put this a node A, and this one here a node B, and this one is a node C. Okay, pag inanalyze natin yung circuit, malalaman natin yung node A is equal to the BN, which is yung ating 12 volts. So A is equals to 12 volts. Since yung ating node C is connected dito sa ground or negative ng ating power supply, which is 0 potential or 0 volts, we can call or we can put 0 volts sa ating C. Okay? So dito sa node B yung problema natin. Ano ba yung voltage sa node B? That's why we call this circuit as a voltage divider. We divide yung voltage with voltage na gusto natin na makuha. That's depend how you put resistance on R1 and R2. Okay, so kung napapansin nyo, ang circuit talaga na to is wala naman load dito sa B. So sa node B, ang circuit talaga na to is series, right? So we can conclude that the current flowing at R1 and R2 must be same. That circuit sinabi kanina. So I can put I total for that current, right? So I total. So now, kukunin ko yung I total at yung R total, this circuit. So ano magiging formula ko? So magiging formula ko for R total is equal to, kung nalala niyo yung ating series circuit is R1 plus R2, that's simply 10k plus 10k is equals to R total natin is 20k ohms. That's our R total, right? So for the I total naman is I total is equals to V total or voltage total divided by R total. Since we have voltage total or at yung ating VN na 12 volts and we have R total na 20k, now we can get I total, right? So I total is equals to 12 volts divided by 20k ohms, right? So if we calculate 12 volts divided by 20k, so I think 0.006. Wait lang, calculate natin para mas sigurado tayo. Pero alam ko 0.006 yata. Okay, so 12 divided by 20k is equals to 0.0006 ohms. So yung I total natin is equals to 0.0006 A or amps. So, ito yung ating current. Okay, ulitin natin. So, this circuit is naka-series. That's why, kukunin natin yung R total sa formula ng pang-series, which is R1 plus R2. Yung ating R1 is 10K, yung ating R2 is 10K. So, yung R total natin is 20K. Right? If we get the I total, we have I divided by V, which is I total, is equals to V total divided by R total, which is yung ating V total is VN natin na 12 volts. That's why 12 volts divided by 20K, which is 20K yung ating R total. Now we get current na 0.006 amps. Now we have 0.006 amps. Okay? So, mabalik tayo doon sa sinabi ko kanina na this one is meron tong voltage drop since this is a resistor. Okay? And this one, an R2 natin, is also have a voltage drop. Now we know, yan sa taas, yung ating I total is equals to 0.006, right? And hindi na natin kailangan yung R total, actually. Ay, ba't ko ba binura? Sorry for that. Binura yan. Okay, so we have this, again, a circuit. Okay, so ito yung ating circuit at gusto natin kukunin yung ating node B. Yung ating node A is equals to 12 volts at yung ating node C is equals to 0 volts. Yung ano ba yung voltage sa ating node B? Okay? So sinabi ko na may voltage drop tong ating resistor since it's oppose the flow of current or resist the flow of current in circuit. Pag niresist niya yung flow of current in circuit, nire-resist din niya yung ating voltage since yung current and voltage is directly proportional. Okay? Pag bumababa yung ating current, bumababa din yung ating voltage. So, yung pumipigil doon para bumaba yung ating current, which is resistance, that's why merong voltage drop yung ating resistor or resistance. Okay? That's a basic Ohm's law. Okay, so we have this circuit na, at alam na natin yung I total natin is 0.006 amps. So, now, we can calculate yung voltage drop nito. So, sa Ohm's law natin, we have V. We have B is equals to IR, or voltage is equals to current times resistance. We have a current and we have a resistance. We have a resistor and current. Okay? So makakuha natin yung voltage drop nito. Pero hindi siya positive. Since voltage drop it's opposed the flow of currents, that's why negative siya. Okay? So pag nagsa-circuit analysis tayo, iisa lang yung reference point natin. Sa electronics and electrical, we have two types of flow, of current flow. We have conventional flow of current and we have actual flow of electron. Okay? So, yung conventional flow of current is sinasabi doon na from highest, the current is flow from the highest potential going to the lowest potential, while yung actual flow of current is from negative going to the positive, and that's, yun talaga ang nangyayari sa totoong buhay, sa totoong physical world. Pero sa conventional flow of current is okay lang naman yon kasi tanggap naman yun ng karamihan at yun din yung ginagamit ng mas narami sa atin pag we do circuit analysis, included me. Pag nagka-calculate ako ng mga resistance or whatsoever, so yun yung ginagamit ko. Basta stick ka lang kung ano yung gagamitin mong reference flow. Like for example, if you do actual electron flow, dun ka lang. And for now, since sanay ako sa conventional flow of electron, I assume na yung current ko is always flow from positive going to the negative. Which is yung positive natin is highest potential, yung ating negative is lowest potential. Okay? So now, here is we have a voltage drop dito, which is pwede natin siyang i-calculate using Ohm's law na V is equals to I times R. Okay? So, yung ating R dito is yung ating 10K. What is I? Yung ating, kung anong current ang nagpo-flow sa kanya, which is yung ating R total kasi naka-series naman siya. So, we can calculate this B1 here. So, yung ating BN. We can calculate yung ating B1, yung ating voltage drop 1 is equals to negative, here, buhay negative kasi oppose siya, I total times R1. So, yun yung ating B1. Yung voltage drop at resistor 1. While sa ating voltage drop, sa ating resistor 2, is we can say that B2 is equal to negative to I total times R2. Now, we have na-define na natin yung all voltages using method of KVL, and of course, with the help of Ohm's law and some physics, kaya natin sabihin kung saan mo ituro yung daliri mo dito, kaya mo nang sabihin kung ilan yung current, kung ano yung current na nagpo-flow dyan, ilang voltage yung nagpo-flow dyan, whatsoever. Alin man dito is alam mo na yung mga voltages and current and power whatsoever. Okay? So that's how we do circuit analysis sa ating basic electronics. Okay, if we calculate those things, like for example, babaguhin ko na yung aking, pag sinabi kong B1, it means I total times R1. If I said B2, I total times R2, which is negative sila kasi opposed sila or voltage drop. So I can change or baguhin ko or gagawa ko ng circuit equivalent ng buong circuit na to para mas lalo maintindihan natin. Okay, we have a Bn and we have a voltage drop here. Now, ito na ngayon yung ating B1, B2, and ito yung ating node B, A, and C, Bn natin, na 12 volts. Okay? So, if we calculate yung ating B1, which is yung ating B1 is equal to, for the B1 is equals to 0.0006 amps times 10k ohms. So, if we calculate that, and I believe na 0.1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yung ating B1 is equals to 6 volts. Okay? So, this mean is what, ito is 6 volts yung ating B1. There is 6 volts. Knowing na yung current natin is I total, which is yung ating 0.006 na amperes. Okay? So, while yung ating B2, here, yung voltage drop ng ating B2, which is equal naman sa, yung ating B2 is equal to 0.0006 times yung resistance nito na 10k din, times 10k. So, still, we have, of course, negative to. Since negative, sorry, so negative pala to. So negative, this one is negative. So we have yung dito natin is negative 6 volts. Okay? So if we can check dito, here is meron akong 12 volts flowing at this node here. So like for example, checkan natin yung ating node B dito. So node B natin. So kung checkin natin yung voltage natin or yung current na, yung power, electrical power natin magpo-flow mula dito, which is here, 12 volts yung kanyang voltage dito at this node, dadaan siya sa ating resistor, right, na merong voltage drop na negative volts. So if we add some 12 plus negative 6 is equals to 6 volts, right? So here is alam natin na 6 volts siya. Okay? So that's how we do circuit analysis. Ngayon, 6 volt na lang yung natira sa kanya dito, here. 6 volt na lang yung natira sa node B. Mag-flow siya sa ating B2, here, na may voltage drop na negative 6. So, 6 plus negative 6 is equals to 0. No created na energy, walang nawalang energy, at wala din dumagdag. So, we can check using ating KVL kung talagang totoo. So, alam natin yung B2 at B1 natin is negative 6 volts. Okay, check natin. So, yung ating KVL, sinasabi doon na the sum of all voltage flowing in a loop must be equal to 0. The sum plus. So, we have a Bn na 12 volts. So, we have a Bn Bn. So we have Bn plus B1 plus B2 is equals to 0. Right? That's KVL. Okay? So, transfer natin or substitute natin yung mga value natin. Yung B natin is a positive. Positive since siya yung nagbibigay siya ng energy. That's why positive siya. Okay? So, 12 volts, positive, plus, okay? Negative to, negative 6 volts. Huwag naman itong marker ko. Sorry for that. So, natin. Sana maganda yung sulat ito. 12 volts plus negative 6 volts plus negative 6 volts is equals to 0. Check natin na talaga equal to 0. Okay, let's start from since same operation lang naman sila. So, we do from left to right. Operation right to left yan. Iisa lang yung sagot niyan. Okay, so we have 12 plus negative 6 is equals to what? 6. Right? We have 6. Ito yung marker. Sorry. We have 6 volts. Okay? So, tapos na to. So, plus, open and close parenthesis, 6 volts. Okay? Is equals to 0. 6 plus negative 6 is equals to 0 volts. Or 0. Okay? So, equal siya sa 0. Okay? That's why, good. Correct siya. Okay? So, now, alam na natin kahit saan mo ituro yan or kahit saan ituro ng professor mo or mga teacher mo, okay, anong voltage dito sa node A? Sir, 12 volts. Anong voltage sa node B? 6 volts. Anong voltage sa node C? 0 volts. Anong current ang nagpo-flow sa R1? 0.006 amps, sir. Sa R2, sir, series po yan, so same current lang sila, 0.006 amps. Bakit naging 6 volts yung voltage drop ng B1 mo? Sir, kasi oppose siya sa flow of current. So, ibig sabihin, voltage drop siya. Yung sign niya is negative. Since yung ohms law natin, sinasabi doon na voltage is equals to I times R, which is we have I, total I, we have R. Now, we can calculate the voltage drop across the resistor 1, which is 6 volts. Okay? Ganun lang kasimple at ganun lang kadali. Etong voltage divider na to is magagamit natin to when pag nasa industrial automation na tayo. Since yung industrial automation, yung mga sensor nila is gumagamit ng 12 volts, 24 volts. Now, yung ating Arduino is only work with 5 volts. Now, we can step down yung ating voltage para mag-work siya sa ating logic system ng ating Arduino. Okay, so sa ngayon muna, hindi ko muna tinuro yung calculation o formula ng voltage divider. Kailangan mo natin maintindihan yung circuit before ko ibigay yung pinaka mas mabilis na formula. Meron pong mabilis na formula na ipa-plug in mo lang lahat and then, tapos na. So, mahalaga kasi yon na matutunan natin para, like for example, nagdi-design ka na ng circuit, hindi naman lahat yan is mahuhulaan mo. Kailangan i-calculate mo yan using yung constant lang niya is yung output mo, tsaka yung input mo, tsaka yung isang resistor mo na nasa R2 mo. Ngayon, i-calculate mo ngayon kung ano. Kung like for example, ayoko ng 6 volts kasi 5 volts na yung Arduino, 12 volts yung supply ko from the sensor. Anong i-calculate mo? So, meron akong 10K na R2, ano yung value ng R1 mo? Okay, so kung naintindihan mo to, kaya mong pagbalik-balik ta rin or manipulate yung mathematics o yung formula behind this circuit. Simple algebra lang naman yan. Kayang-kaya nyo po yan. Okay? So, yun lang muna yung ating KVL with an Ohm's law sa ating series circuit which is voltage divider. And yun lang muna for now. And makikita po tayo sa susunod natin na lesson which is still voltage divider pa rin pero meron na tayo konting pag-aaralan doon na pagbabalik-balik na rin na natin yung mga formula. Okay? So, with the right formula na doon. Okay? So, yan muna for now. I'm once again employed from the Spec Technology at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat at mag-iingat po tayo palagi. Maraming salamat po.